Look what we found. Look what Kevin found. And Zach.
Sunsets like a tangerine. Let's find a road we've never seen. Life is short, make it sweet.
When we arrived at my sister's in Reno, there was a dove sitting on a nest of 2 eggs. My sister had warned us that there was a mama bird sitting right there where we park. So we were very careful when we parked our rig and anytime we walked by. After 2 weeks, the babies were hatched and we watched them grow. Over the month, we learned a lot about mourning doves. We had no idea that the dove we were saying mama to was really papa, was really the daddy bird. Daddy birds take care of the babies during the day and mommies take the night shift. So every time that I would walk by, I would talk really nice, mistakenly calling the daddy bird mama bird, and my sister would do the same thing. But every time we went by or went outside to check on them, we would talk really soft and sweet to the bird, and they would listen, And over that month, we were able to get within a foot of the birds without them being scared. We didn't want them to fly away. And during the course of this time researching about the doves, we found out that they do recognize people. So the bird acted a little timid when other people were around, but my sister and I could get really close and they were very comforted. So it was really interesting to learn that they get used to you and they are not afraid, but by certain people, depending on how you talked to them and gained their trust. But after reading some things, the experts from all the research that I did, some doves, they get used to you, they come back, they'll eat from your hand. We never really pushed that opportunity, but it would be really cool. I also learned that both the parents feed the babies, and what they do is they develop a kind of a milk, what it's called is crop milk, and it is developed in both parents in their crop, which is a section of their lower esophagus. This is also where they reserve some of their seeds and other things that they eat, like insects. And that's probably how they can stay on the nest for so many hours without leaving it. We were really concerned in the beginning about the bird because we never saw it leave. It was there all the time. And we thought, gosh, how can they sustain staying there on those eggs for so long without eating? Well, they've got food reserved for them. But here, the babies are eating what is called the crop milk, and it's regurgitated by the parent, and you'll notice the parent bobbing its head like right there, and the baby is eating it. And both those babies were so hungry all the time. Both of them would attack the parent at the same time. And the poor parent's little cheek, sides of its mouth were like red sometimes. But they were very healthy and they were eating well. We were absolutely mesmerized by watching these birds. We could look right out of our window, and we're maybe about 6 feet away from where the nest was out of our window, and that's how we were able to get such good video and pictures, because they weren't frightened by us because they couldn't see us. They built their nest in a rather precarious spot. How it happens is that mommy and daddy go around to different locations and decide on where they're going to build their nest. And they chose this spot, which is next to a shed, behind a hand truck, on top of some stuff in a garbage can. So what happens is the male takes the female around to different locations. They choose a spot. He brings her the building supplies, and she makes the nest. Needless to say, this mama was very amateur at building her nest, because most of it fell down. At one point, I was able to help pick up part of the nest and kind of set it back there. She did fly away, or he did fly away when I came that close, but I fixed the nest around the eggs and they came right back. The parent came right back. And they, I guess they, like I said, they trusted me because I had been talking to them every single day, several times a day. And so I was able to help fix the nest a little bit, but still most of it fell down. They spent a lot of time feeding, and even as the babies grew bigger, they still fit underneath the mama. It was like, how do they even fit underneath the parents? Aw, this is my favorite part right here, getting a real close-up view of that baby. I think there's both babies are feeding at the same time. So the poor parents, I swear, these babies did not give up. They were relentless. Feed me, feed me, feed me. Look at them. They're just so cute. It was so fun watching them. And I would spend several minutes trying to stand as still as I could, holding the camera out the window, sometimes not standing very steady, but would try to stay as still as I could so I could get them. Look at those wings. Testing them out. They're getting bigger and bigger. It was so fast. The 2 weeks since they were born to when they were ready to leave the nest, it went by so fast. It's amazing how quickly they mature. We were very happy to see that there were 2 parents taking care of the babies. We were very concerned because we only saw one and they never seemed to move. We thought, how are they eating or getting water? But they co-parent, and we finally got to see them actually switch places. It was really cool to watch them. I'm waiting for them to trade places so we can see the babies without Mama or Daddy on them. They're both still sitting there. One of the babies is peeking out from the dove's left side, and then there's one over on the right. You can see it breathing. As you can see, it's very hard to tell the 2 of the birds apart. The males don't have any distinctive markings on them. So now that the one bird sees that the babies are being taken care of by the other parent, it's time for them to just kind of, see you later, your turn, you're on duty now. See ya. So the babies are getting ready to leave. You can tell they've both been flapping their wings real good. They're getting better. They're out from underneath the parent a lot. And apparently they are still fed by the parents for a couple weeks after they leave the nest. Kind of like in real life, right? Your kids leave, fly to the nest, and they come back and eat, right? Anyway, we loved making this video. I enjoyed doing all the footage and standing there watching them grow up in their 2 weeks and watching the habits and reading about it and learning about them. We hope you enjoyed this video as much as we enjoyed putting it together, and that you learned a little bit about these beautiful mourning doves. Thank you so much for watching.